did?
I did.
Does that mean we're going live now?
They're going live right now, Simon. So if there's any nefarious schemes that you want to talk about, you should have done it beforehand.
He'll handle the schemes. I'll handle the scams.
I was busy releasing my secrets while he was backstage.
I was listening. Yeah.
Damn. And I missed it.
You know,
hello, everybody. What's up? Worlds are colliding tonight. We got Fandom Menace. We got COMICSGATE. We got Simon Simpatier.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, brother? We got Rookie Critic in the house.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, we got Flipped Out.
What's up, everybody?
What is up? Tonight we're going to be talking about Fandom Collective and, various other nonsense, whatever we feel like talking about, really. Waiting on a few people, but they'll come in when they come in. So for the time being, Flipp, you're kind of our guest of honor tonight. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, who are you? I'm this tonight. I'm a icon on the screen that looks like an alien. I've been doing YouTube creating for a little over a year. Started in October of last year. Met up with Rookie. We formed the Fandom Collective. Just trying to be part of the community where we can keep the community. We're like sort of a glue, glue the community together and try to keep it to where we don't lose track of each other. Sort of much different than my ex-high school mates.
Yeah, the anti-Facebook in a way. You actually keep in touch.
Right. Well, I mean, you guys are some of the first people I came across coming into this whole YouTube nonsense. So, we're still together.
Well, I'm glad. It's
like an old couple.
I've interacted with you for the longest time, but it's like, so it feels like I've known you for a long time, but it was always very vague or brief a long time ago. But it's like, no, we would pretty much talk to each other all the time. It's just like,
yeah, that's what happens. You get stuck in these groups, and you're just like, you get to know each other, whether you want to or not.
Exactly. I remember I shared a story about sandwich and poop or something, and like, why would I? It's like, there you go. You never know.
The sandwich and the tooth.
I said sandwich and poop because Subway and shit. So, that type of conversation comes up with the true buddy.
Yeah, what's going on with those ingredients? By the way, I remember when their ingredients were actually fresh.
Well, I mean, we just take them fresh out of a bag. Not everything's out of the freezer. If all our products are out of a freezer, then they definitely would not be straight up fresh. But it's just a few items that are like that.
Is Subway having all the problems that people claim they're having?
What are the problems people are claiming they're having?
Well, this is probably about a year ago, actually.
Jared's gone.
Well, yeah.
Don't talk about him no more.
Thankfully. How do you feel about that? Did the Jared situation hit you hard?
It actually didn't affect me in the least. I never paid attention to him ever. People just go, it's the Jared guy, the Subway guy. I never cared. Like, I never, his face never been like, oh yeah, it's the Subway. No, it's just like, it's some fucking dude. I don't care about him.
Did they actually find out if he was really a kitty tickler?
Oh, I know he's in jail, so I assume so.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
okay. If he wasn't, he at least intended on doing it. I don't know.
That's crazy.
He at least had stuff on his computer, which is like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, that's crazy.
Wasn't it about that they found like juvenile pictures and shit on his computer?
Yeah, some stuff on his computer. Yeah.
Yep.
And he got done busted, but whatever.
Just goes to show you never know what you're gonna get when you go get a sandwich.
People always want $5 footlongs still, and I'm like, that's from ancient times, man. That's like 5 years ago.
I still want one.
You might end up with a manwich instead.
There's many other jingles other than the $5 footlong song. There's other Subway jingles.
Well, let's hear
Subway. There's like, Subway bakes my bread up fresh and it's my way, my way. Combo Seafood Club, the best way, my way, my way.
Yeah,
Subway. It's like, going from what?
I thought you were gonna sing a funny alteration of it, not the actual jingle.
I don't know. I can't get one off the top of my head.
You just lost points, Ricky.
Yeah, well, there's another one
that's
like
Bell Batman smell type of thing.
some country chick. It's like, I don't want no burger. Been around in town today. I want a fresh, delicious sandwich that they like a submarine that they serve at Subway. Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
Country chick singing.
Hey, Simon and Gaze, did you know that they don't make egg salad sandwiches at Subway?
I think I knew that, but I don't really care because I don't care for mayonnaise.
That's because he wants me to complain about when this bitch asked me for an egg salad sandwich. And I was like, I've never made this. I've never heard of this item before. I never made it before. Never had it before. I have no idea what she's talking about. And she's like, I want an egg salad sandwich. She's like 80 years old. And I'm like, an egg salad sandwich. A salad sandwich. In my head, I'm like, a salad is without bread. A sandwich is with bread. She wants both, but it's the same.
You don't know what egg salad is?
I've never. Well, no, egg salad sandwich. This is the thing. I never had an egg
Not
salad.
a menu item.
Yeah, but egg salad. Usually, when you make an egg salad sandwich, the egg salad is actually the crushed eggs with mayo.
And right, but that's the thing. Like,
yeah.
But it's like if I've never heard of that before, I don't know that at all. And they just say, I want this. And they're not explaining. This is the thing. If she explained that, that'd be fine. But she just kept on repeating herself, I want an egg salad sandwich. And I'm like, do you want me to like put the bread in the salad and chop it up? Like, I don't know what you want. She's like, no, I want an egg salad sandwich. In my head, that's like saying she wants a dry water ocean or something. It's like, no, but there's water, there's liquid. But you want it dry where there's no liquid. What? Like that's what it was to me. I was like, I have no idea what the hell this lady wants. And then I think at some point somebody came in and was like, oh yeah, you just crush up the things and put it on the bread. I'm like, why didn't she say that? So that's the egg salad sandwich story.
I'm gonna say hail to the chat. Lothar D was here hours and hours ago. He no longer shows up in the chat, but I saw him. I knew he was here. Appreciate you being here. Dive Ninja's in the house. What's up, my man? We got El Gargoyle, one of the most entertaining members of any chat that you will find. And Skits Comics is with us. What's up, friends?
Hello, everyone.
Hail.
So you didn't actually know what an egg salad sandwich was at all? Or you just didn't realize it was a menu item or was not a menu item?
No, it's not a menu item, and I've never had or heard of one before.
You never heard of an egg salad sandwich. That's what I'm saying. Like, never. It's just not just like you weren't used to that in question, like at the restaurant, or you
right.
Never
it's like I've never had one, never heard of one ever. So it's like
you're the weird one here.
Like I'm northwest, and I don't know. That just doesn't come up as much, at least in my neck of the woods. So I'm like, I don't know. So
Simon's Canadian. It doesn't get much more strange than that.
Oh, fuck you.
He's heard of an egg salad.
What about you, Gaze? Where are you hailing from?
I am from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Live free or die. That's New Hampshire, right?
Yes.
My bad. What's Pennsylvania's?
It's lame. We're the Keystone State.
Oh, like where beer is made. You're the cheap beer state. Keystone.
We got Yingling, man. That's good. Yeah.
Sorry that I got talking about sandwiches, but yeah, we can talk about something else.
Well, I just think it's hilarious, Rook, that you got in an argument with this lady at work over an egg salad. I just think it's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, well, Subway's not the best Skits Comics, that's true. But it's not the worst either. They're like Quiznos is horrible. So
the only thing I eat when I go there, it's the meatball. That's the only thing I eat there.
Would you ever put tuna on your meatball sandwich?
No, fuck no.
Wait, what?
Nope.
Okay, good, because this one chick did, and it was nasty.
All right, well,
tuna and
nasty. We got Vinny Tardamella in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, Vinny.
I was doing some white drugs.
Whoa.
So I was a little bit late.
White
Makes sense.
White drugs.
White.
Just don't take brown drugs.
Only lighter.
Yeah, no. Optimus Deadpool's in the house. He says, hello, I was told there is gay going on. You are correct, sir.
It's gaze. Gaze is going on.
Hey, bro.
There's a little bit of gay, too.
Red gaze.
Of course. That goes without saying.
So yeah, what's going on with the Fandom Collective these days?
Well, we have taken the reins more and or kind of like the high command now. So what we're kind of calling it, because the collective itself has become its own community in the last year. Like beyond us, like even if we're not doing anything really, like the collective's still there. So it's like we're just I see it more like we're community managers. Like we set up some events, get some people on some streams, tweet out their stuff and whatnot, and try to encourage people to interact with each other and not just rely on us to do stuff for them, because we want them to improve themselves, because there's a lot of new YouTubers that don't know the game, don't realize how to make connections and stuff, and it's really important that they do if they want to try to grow a little bit. If they have something they really want to share, just relying on other people to do it for them, they're not going to get far, because you can share their stuff all you want, but people need to click on them and people need to like them, and you got to put yourself out there for that to happen. So
for sure,
we encourage them to talk to people themselves and to take some advice sometimes. I mean, it depends if they really want to grow or not. Like, you can do it for fun and that's fine, but if you want to grow your numbers, sometimes, like if you have a really bland thumbnail, maybe not have a bland thumbnail. You gotta spice up your title sometimes. So
I feel like you're talking directly to me, Rookie, and I take offense.
Right?
Well, I mean, I'm just so mesmerized by your eye that
it's like it's a little bit of common sense you got to throw in there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like we try not to tell anybody how to do their stuff, but just give advice to how to improve it if they can. And we try to give shout outs to milestones, like when they're getting close to 1,000, or if they have a birthday or something, why not give a little attention over there? So we try to spread some love.
Right.
Connections.
The Optimus Deadpool, are you asking us about connections? I guess so. So yeah, it's really it's just like we didn't intend to make this for ourselves, and we want that to definitely come out in the way we do things. It's like Rookie says, it's about the individual creator, and we were new too. We were brand new. All of us were new. And a lot of people do come into it thinking, oh, if I sub for sub, then I'll get where I need to go. But it's not all about that. When someone subs us to come on board, it's more about showing that you're dedicated to the idea of supporting one another. I hate that term sub for sub, because that really doesn't exactly express what we're really about. That's why I try and hashtag Rookie and I hashtag everywhere Rise Together. It's not to be cheesy. It really is what we want people to do, to help one another. Like this tonight is it's a collaboration. All streams are collaborations. It's networking, sort of like that. Just help each other, help ourselves.
Yeah, like help you learn how to communicate, because there's a lot of people that cannot talk like in public or into a microphone, or when they're by themselves, they don't really know how to say something with confidence. So networking, reaching out, getting, at least trying to, helps break it in, because everybody usually starts out a little nervous. So,
right. Yeah, I was just kind of excited because I saw you guys were kind of amping it up again. Like you were flat for a little bit, but now, I'm seeing more tweets that are, beyond just like spreading the word. You got some personal tweets going on. You guys are streaming again. I just like what I'm seeing.
Yep, appreciate it. And we're trying to look for people, if they have a really small audience. Like, this is the thing, like we have like 500 subscribers now, and that's not very big. Like, we each have more subscribers than that ourselves, but it's like, the point is we want to feature some channels that are smaller as well. Or like we had Stephen Wayne Art. We did a little video compilation of his work and stuff, and showed him, presented him on the channel. And it's like, that might help get him, some more people to go check him out, to go, see what else he can do. And same with people with other smaller channels. It's a chance to get some of their stuff seen by different audience, or just by more people if they have small subs, or if they're even bigger than our channel. It could still be different people that find them and maybe have interest and want to talk. It's, different avenues people can look at it from.
Yeah, that was Rookie and mine's idea, to get the channel as big as it can, not for Rookie and I, but for like, say, Gaze, when you just started, if you could have put your video in front of 1,000 people when you only had 20 subs, that would have been a big deal, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Like that. And actually goes the same for Vinny Art and Sim. Sim, I don't think I've seen you anywhere before. Like to get you. We'd like to post you if you'd like that.
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
And actually, we're going to be doing some more. When you get on the channel, that's like I just said. You get an opportunity to be in front of people, and like Rook said, it's only 500 right now. But between the two, the Twitter and the channel, there's a lot more opportunity for people to be seen. And so hopefully as we grow, it also helps others grow.
For sure. Every little bit helps, because I literally, I was just doing a stream with a creator. Red was on there for a bit as well. And that's the thing. It's whatever little spotlights we could give to help one another. It's definitely a good move,
Yep. It's funny, man. I collaborate so much that I neglect my own channel, which is something I've got to fix. But I love to collaborate. I meet some talented people doing all of this, and so what we're doing here is a collaboration. It's a network, and like Rookie said about the thumbnails, you'd be surprised how many people don't know that they should put a title on their thumbnail sometimes. At least sometimes.
Yeah, because you got to think about the way that people browse things and what their eyes catch quickly enough, and what is interesting enough. And if they don't understand what it is and they don't see the name pop out right away, then they might not look. That's like Flipp. You're a good example of the collaborating thing, because even if you don't have that much on your channel, the fact that you go around to so many other people's channels and you do projects and skits with them, when you do post something, there's so many people that are raring to see you do something solo. That's like a good benefit in a way.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Rook always goes out and talks to. He's never met someone he's not. I mean, he's never met a stranger. Like how many? You've seen his videos, right? Where he's got 300 people in them.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Vin and Simon have, but I do. I'm trying to be a film director someday, so I try to collaborate with people as much as I can through YouTube, and I thought it'd be fun because there's nobody physically here to interact with, as far as with YouTube. So I try to make these movies and splice people together. So I had 135 cameos in my last trilogy project that I did. Each video is an hour long, and it's a trilogy story, Rookie's Quest. And it's people having cameos and doing their parts a little bit here and there. Even Gaze had a little moment where he gives me energy to help beat the bad guy stuff, and it's
and you liked it. You liked that energy.
That's 135 people collaborating on a project. At least putting in their 2 cents, even if it's a one line. Working together, and it's I was surprised how many people enjoyed doing that, being a part of it. So.
Yeah, we don't really have the crowdfunding option like comics. Can do that. You guys,
not yet, but I'm trying to do that myself, which is why I love COMICSGATE, because you guys take COMICSGATE takes hey, we're tired of how this is going, and I don't like where this is going anymore, and instead of just leaving it there, it's okay, let me take the reins myself and see what I can do, and see who else likes this, and see who I can work with, see who likes my stuff, who likes to hear me talk and stuff. So I like that type of format, and then people show it by they back you by supporting it. So I like that. I'm trying to bring that to the film sense as well. Over here, Phantom Menace anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, there are other options. I was talking to Mike and Steve about this before. I think novels could be a good thing for the Fandom Collective, because there's a lot of people who still like to read, believe it or not. I know people seem awfully stupid these days, but there are still a lot of readers. And I mean, that's a good way to tell a story. You know what I mean? You don't need to make a comic book per se. If you have a story to tell, just write that shit down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I realize film is very expensive. I get that. But
well, in a funny way, that's why we do the skits, I guess, hoping to do something similar. But are either of you three thinking about doing crowdfunding, or have you? Please forgive me if I'm just not hearing about it already.
Oh, these two are veterans.
Yeah, I've heard of Benner all the time, Simon. I remember talking last time about some of your projects and your ideas and stuff.
I've got 4 different campaigns I've done now.
Me, I got my campaign of Blood Hunt. That's a big homage to those payback vengeance movies there, and I have a few projects that's coming too.
I can't wait to see your animated stuff, man.
Yeah, were you planning on doing any crowdfunding for animation, Sim?
Not anytime soon. Maybe 2021.
Cool. Well, I mean, speaking of collaboration, maybe that's something you can get with Rookie.
I'm supposed to be teaching a friend 3D animation exactly for doing something like this. So. Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Because I really like that type of like stylized 3D animation, like Appleseed. Like you saw the 3D animation movie Appleseed, Ex Machina.
Yeah.
That's the type I like. Like not too photorealistic, but very stylized. So you don't have that uncanny valley there, and you can like immerse yourself into the story.
Mhm.
So to make it look like the comic also. So that's what I would like to get into.
So
yeah.
would you say you'd have more visual comic books, like a comic book video?
No, I mean like an animation, but the models are modeled according to the style of the comic.
Well, the reason I asked that is I was watching earlier. I just happened to come across Demon Scythe Synthwave, who put up 2 animated videos earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't. I commented, but I really wanted to ask him, and I didn't go to the DM. But I wanted to ask him if he did that himself, because these videos where people do animation, they're like a cartoon, a short,
Mm-hmm.
they're really, really awesome. I wouldn't even know where to begin with something like that.
It takes a lot of time and dedication, because like a good animation is pretty much like 24 frames a second.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 24 drawings, just
Per second. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like stop motion on steroids.
So for a fluid movement, so you sometimes you have to be a bit higher than 24, but going lower than 24, you don't have
Yeah,
that fluidity.
it's botchy.
Mm-hmm. 24 is really the lowest. So like a lot of those anime movies, those big movies like
Yeah.
Akira, sometimes they're 42 drawings a second and more.
Wow.
That's
So
crazy.
it's one of the reasons why there's been a big shift towards the 3D animation lately, and trying to reproduce the 2D like animated shell type of thing, toon shading.
It's quicker.
So there really is no copy paste option there, because you're
Not that like. Do you remember watching those Hanna-Barbera cartoons where you can you can notice the handkerchief where the place where they cut the thing, or that just colored arm?
Yeah.
So that that's what they do with flash animation. That's what you see in a lot of the cartoons that you see right now, like Final Space and stuff like that. So you technically have the chest, and you can animate different members. It's like a little playing with a little puppet with the where you connect the joints, like when you used to do with cardboard.
Oh, okay. Sort of like in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would.
And when you do 3D animation, it's like stop motion, but without the hassle of having
Well, speaking of members, we have a newly elevated member in the chat, Ryan Megas. He said Simon does that many drawings a second anyway. So yeah, why not go for it, man?
we all know Simon has free time. Oh shit!
Hell yeah!
You're crazy, brother.
The idea is to be able to set up like a little studio and have some people to animate like a small project, and trying to get it funded, and maybe start a actual studio.
Yeah, it'd be amazing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Simon, do you know in the bigger productions like Akira, for example, like is there multiple people drawing in the same style for that, or is that okay?
Yes.
I would hope so.
Yeah, when you study animation, you do have to reproduce style. Like, I can draw Asterix. I can draw the freaking Smurfs.
Well, see, that's why mostly like they'll have like key animators, and then they'll have the person. They have a number of people who do in between drawings. So let's say someone's throwing a punch. you have the key animator. He'll do the first drawing, the middle drawing, and the end drawing, and then you'll have someone else mimic that drawing and like finish that animation that's in between those actions.
And it's how Jack Kirby started his career.
Yeah,
he was an in-betweener for Fleischer Animation. Yeah, those guys that made those perfect, very nice Superman thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cartoon. Yeah. Max Fleischer, I think it was Fletcher.
Yeah. Those were amazing.
Yeah, the fluidity of the animation was sick.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think each episode back then cost $1 million to do.
Do you remember that Tesla was in there as one of the bad guys?
Yeah, that's right. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, it's been a number of years since I've seen them, but yeah, I remember that.
I think we lost them, Vinny.
I really had no idea it was so hard. That's a lot of work.
Oh my god, yeah. I think that's why Jack Kirby was so fast because of that.
Mm-hmm. He found a way of simplifying the composition and his style.
Yep.
Because it's like all of us artists, we can draw like the same drawing in an hour or 10 hours. There's a difference.
It's true.
So what's up, Mike? How's it going, brother?
Good evening, gentlemen. Sorry I'm late. As you all know, I was working harder here today, so I had some corrections from the printer for something in relation to a cutting edge, and so everybody knows what that means, and so I was just fooling around with format and got carried away, so my apologies for being late.
Oh, no worries.
That's all right.
Better late than never.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys too. How you doing, Chris?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm a little sick, but other than that, feeling pretty good. Glad to be here with all you fun folks.
I'm glad to hear from you too, buddy. You sound like you're all stuffed up.
I'll make it.
Good evening, Vinny.
Yeah, even buddy. Yeah, 'tis the season to get sick, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It absolutely is. I actually
getting sick.
have a bottle of Shiraz here, so 'tis the season.
There you go. Yeah. I found out those emergencies are usually pretty good if you want to fight off some of that stuff. That's been my go-to, at least from like doing all the conventions and stuff. I noticed if you feel it coming on, get one of those emergency packets or even the chewables. Usually it helps prevent that from happening.
Oh yeah, I'm taking Tussin, Walmart brand Tussin.
There's nothing wrong with Walmart brand, man.
Oh no, it does the trick. Except I bought the PM, so like
Rookie, are you vacuuming your floor over there? What is going on?
My computer hums sometimes when it's a little hot.
Gotcha. You don't have to silence yourself. I was just giving you shit. But we got some new people in the chat. Lola's here.
Hey, Lola.
Oh, what is up? What is up? We got Perth Comics in the chat. He says you get a like just for referencing Jack Kirby, Simon.
Hey, he's my spirit animal. I love that guy.
Cool, man. Space Windows here. What's up, my man? Of course, Prick 13. Love Prick 13.
I'm working out,
Rick.
And we got Snacks and Comics joining us as well. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We're just talking Fandom Collective. We're talking animation. We're talking vacuuming while you're on stream.
Yeah, at least Tom from Night's Edge was like, "Is that your vibrator?" I'm like, dude. Funny. Have you guys seen my Game of Tomatoes stop motion?
Yes.
I know Gates hasn't, Flipp. Mike, Vinny, Sim.
Nope.
I'll take a little glance.
You showed one last time we were on.
That was a little different. That was with the NPCs. Burning Lone Star.
Yeah, give us a clip, Rick. You have one up?
Yep. All right.
All right.
This is like little shorts that I did in between my Rookie's Quest trilogy from before, and I cut it a little bit so it's not the whole video, but a little glimpse.
Are we almost there?
I have it.
We have a ways to go.
Oh, God.
Why did you come along again?
Don't give her a hard time.
Look, up there. We have to get up there. That will shorten our trip by at least a day.
How do we get up there?
It's a Game of Thrones reference with the tomatoes and stuff.
It's a Holy Grail reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like footsteps with no foot moving.
Don't do that to the stab. I am really tempted to both.
No. That would be very bad.
That's right. We know who you are. You killed our friends. Did I do that? Whoops. Whoops!
You son of a whore.
So tough.
I want to do the easy way or the hard way. Well, what in the hell do we have here? 6 little tomatoes so very far from tomato club.
Bring your tomatoes out here.
Greetings, friends. We are searching for a special item.
Do you know that? I'd rather not. No thanks.
You must have a lot of balls to even ask such a thing. What sort of item do you seek?
I'm wide sword. One that can slice through just about anything.
Yeah, like how big a snail and hi-ya or something like that.
What the fuck?
What you seek lies within and menace now.
No, don't. So be it.
He was cast into the sky. Kill him! I love him! How dare you!
Whoa.
Come here, Susan. Susan. Who the hell is Susan? Susan, if you would be so kind as to eat this little ruffian.
I would just be so delighted to, my friend.
Did that thing just speak?
Yeah, I did my little attempts at some stop motion.
So violent.
Yeah, they even have a little tomato sword battle over here.
I forgot to put the Critic fan labels on.
I am so sorry.
I had Bandit Incorporated, who's got like over 100,000 subs, voiced one of them. I had Tom from Midnight's Edge, voiced some of these. I had a bunch of people in the community do the voices.
Rook, I just got one issue with this.
There's a lot, but okay.
No, I only have one. You gave the Jawa this super manly, deep voice, right?
Uh-huh.
And you gave Boss the gayest voice of all time.
It was funny, because I wanted to have this one girl like have a sassy black voice to it, but she only did it like, she said the line so stale that I was like, okay, I'll just make it high pitch to be funny. And then, with the guy who did the Jawa, his name is actually Radical Jawa on YouTube and Twitter. I think he deleted them or something. But yeah, so he does like these raspy voices. So it's like,
Gotcha.
okay.
Well, before we,
put it where it doesn't look like it would fit to be funny.
Right. Well, Lola has some advice for you, Ricky. Go ahead and read that.
Tell him to stop watching porn and it won't get hot.
In reference to your computer. So yeah, just click off those tabs right now and you should be all right.
I gotcha. Well,
watch out for those viruses.
Beauty Boobies 25 and something. Funny name.
Simon, would you like to critique that stop motion film?
No.
One thing that I didn't get was how I could make the Star Wars toys faces in focus because they're all blurry. I didn't get what the hell was wrong with that. But
that was the focus of your camera.
yeah, I didn't get how to adjust the focus on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a macro adjustment, I think, or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Ricky, you're still using a camera from like 2005, right?
Are you using what are you using?
It was like just a HD camcorder.
Camcorder?
Yeah, camcorder.
Okay.
That's probably part of the problem. If you couldn't tell in the bottom right corner, there's like a timestamp. Because I can't figure out how to get that to go away, because whenever I go to the settings, it'll let me change the time, but it won't let me remove the timestamp.
Are you aware you can get yourself like any type of like camera that's reflex, right? It's pretty much like a small film camera. It's a picture camera. You just put the thing and it films like a movie camera. A lot of people use those type of big Canon and Nikon reflex.
Right? Are they in like the $200 range though, or?
Yeah, about that. You can find them at 250. There's some that are higher, but the lowest one are about in the 250. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm aware of those ones. But the camcorder was like $100, I think.
Listen, Sim, we're working on a Subway budget here. What do you want?
Yeah, but the thing is that with the other one, you can film in HDR, meaning after that you put that in a computer and you could pretty much edit anything and put any freaking
whatever you
control
want.
Any color, ambient color, put 3D effects in it, go into After Effects, then put those little explosion and make them fit in between shit.
Yeah, I do have explosions in some of these, but
if you have if you have what Sim's talking about with the little tripod, you can literally set up a big. If you're going to do stop motion stuff like that, set yourself up like a sound stage where you have your tripod set in certain positions that you have marked on the floor, and then with this high definition camera, you could really.
And
you wanted to put those little face labels on them where their mouths are talking and stuff like they do in Robot Chicken. You could do that sort of stuff if you want.
Exactly, it's what we use. It's what's used for stop motion too. That's what I'm saying. Like it's you could get it for like buy the lowest one, but at least you'll be able to do your stop motion and film your movies and still look.
An older one that's cheap just to fool around with to kind of get this one, right? Just
get it used.
Yeah, I might do something like that. Yeah, I do want to get a better camera before I film my next project. So I'm working on one right now. Actually, I'm writing a script for it that I want to start filming in February.
And it doesn't have to be a real high quality one. It just has to be something that's that'll do the format that Sim's talking about. That you can fool around with and just get used to the.
You want to use the right tools for the right job.
Yep.
Do you think the Nikon series is the good one?
It's Nikon or anything that's reflex. And that can film in RAW, RAW. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I tried my hand at some photography a few years back, and I had a Rebel, and it has all that, So yeah, they are very good cameras, especially for the holiday season. You should be able to find something on a discount for sure.
I have the same thing. I have a Rebel.
Yeah, they're good.
I'll be looking at some of those.
You just missed Black Friday.
Then you can connect it directly to your computer, then download your pics in it, or your movies.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I think it'd be really cool if you can get it to where they're moving their mouths and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Oof, I don't know if I'll do those. I mean,
it's not complicated.
The mouths. That's oh my god. I don't know if I want to do that. That's
could be more trouble than it's worth.
I think it's okay enough without their mouths moving, but I do get it too. It'd look more Robot Chicken-y with that South Park. But I don't know. I do have Chevron cars too. That's going to be used in the next one to be kind of funny, but I don't know.
My favorite part is the way you kill the tomatoes.
Yeah, you guys don't know. So that was like part 2. In episode 3, I slaughter them in like various ways, like drowning, burning, stabbing with different items, choking.
As an Italian, I think that's like a racial crime.
Yeah, people call me like I'm tomato cyst. I destroy all these tomatoes. I'm a murderer of these poor tomatoes. I run over them with a car and make them sound like their children crying in hell. No, mommy, daddy, where'd you go?
You son of a bitch. That's wasted, man. You know how many pizzas could? No, I'm kidding.
You don't waste tomatoes, guy.
I made it seem dramatic in one of these ones. It's called The Slaughtering. You guys remember like when Rotten Tomatoes was getting some flack for their deleting reviews and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made it into a whole dramatic series. It's like this just dramatic tale of like, oh no, what's happening here? I don't mean to take too much of the time here. I'm about to head out in a minute, actually, but I'll show one last thing before I head out, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah.
Another day goes by, and I can't get it out of my head. Not long ago, everything was running smoothly. And we were firm and right and at the top of our game.
Oh yeah, money, bro.
Our numbers were rising. We're at an all-time high. The best of the best. But then, the Fandom Menace attacked. No!
I'm getting a feeling somebody watched the Attack of the Killer Tomato not too long ago.
My children. We tried to run away, but we were forced to witness the carnage with our own eyes.
No! Martha, why?
Those of us that survived have mourned over our losses and are training heavily for the ultimate battle that lies ahead. With the blessing of the almighty goddess Brie Larson, we will be ready for the hordes of the troll army. The age of the Fandom Menace is over. The time of the tomato has come.
Yeah, that's part one of The Slaughtering.
I like when you said that, or when everything was riding high and you had the tomato like snorting drugs there.
Yeah, that was solid.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I get really creative when it comes to the tomato stuff. It's like they're so simple and stupid, but it's like with the Rotten Tomatoes and the Brie Larson and all these things, like it's just gold.
It is.
Jesus. Oh, speaking of which, it's funny. I was at the mall the other day, and like they had some movies on sale, and they had her movie like down to $10, and it was like falling off the shelf. They had so many copies, and nobody wants to buy them. That just gave me a chuckle. That was funny.
That's funny. But yeah, I'm actually gonna head out, guys. I'm gonna head over to Black Angus's stream real quick. I think it's Robert Storm's over there.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Homie said hello.
Is he going to be sucking dick?
I don't know. We'll see. That's what I'm gonna go find out. I guess I'll report back if you're on. I'll report back and let you know.
All right, man. Just keep your distance. Be careful.
Yep, no problem. I'll see you guys later.
Later, Rick.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Flip, is that someone you really want to be associating yourself with?
Which one, Angus or Rook?
Well, either.
Call him A, call him B, a little of both, whichever you prefer.
Rookie's a good kid. He's good. I like him.
He is.
And Angus is a little misunderstood. He's still a good-hearted person. Deep down.
Oh, I agree.
I think he's very transparent.
There you go.
He's not misunderstood. He's just, Black Angus.
I stand corrected. I agree.
He's a good dude.
So yeah, I've actually heard Mike tell me once or twice a little bit about COMICSGATE, but where are you guys at with that right now? I'm just, you would think I'd know more, but I don't.
Don't believe the hype. They say they say it's dying. It's getting stronger, and there's more and more creators joining.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And almost everybody, like, not everybody's a success, right? But compared to before, we have way more campaigns now, easily reaching 3 to 5K.
So that's even better than like DC and some different books, right?
Well,
It's
and
it's growth.
isn't that why they're trying to spread, bad shit about it? They're trying to give false information. It's because CG is doing well. It's and even if people
We
aren't,
do better than Image. There you go. Because
for sure.
we on our campaigns make more money than a creator at Image would but if you're not a hit, get it? Like for just regular sell.
Yeah. I mean, because you're taking a big portion of their comic book industry away from them.
Well, we can't say that yet. But here's the thing. Remember what we keep saying. They said, we don't want you guys playing in our sandbox. Okay, fuck you. We'll go make our own sandbox. So we did. And everybody's doing it. That's the point. Everybody's doing it. And it is growth. Everybody thinks, oh, the coast is clear. It's all quiet. No. Look at what's happening. Everybody's moving and growing. Nobody gives it. Like, that's what we were trying to demonstrate to the Fandom Menace, to cross-link the communities and give a wider perspective to everybody, is that just forget about, like, Rookie Critic. He's perfect. And that's what people in the industry need to understand. That's the beauty of our community. He can come out here. Who wants to come out here and just dump their work raw like that? He just probably made it in 3-4 days. It's not really polished or finished. It's just his raw vision. And he just, threw it out here for us to look at it for a 6-person panel, and nobody's got hurt feelings. There's no friggin' flipping out. Nobody has to feel anxiety. It's literally probably look, like Sim was thinking about digital cameras. So like that's the environment that is growing and moving. And so the industry doesn't matter anymore. Like I'll explain it to you, like in comic books, because you're asking CG. 4% to 7.2% loss. I think last quarter, what was it? Somebody was like 23 million in the hole, and they're going to release like a female turtle mutant person to try to recover the franchise. And I don't know how you can keep going like that and lose that kind of money. And if you're losing 4% every year, and someone in independent publishing, which is another aspect of our industry that we've seen, I'm part of a particular project in that regard, outside of comics, just literature, for example. It's growth everywhere. Peter had 1,700% sales increase last October when everybody else was 4.2 in the hole.
Wow.
So the spirit of independence and the spirit of that creativity, and for all the deviant people out there that are listening, like, stop fooling around. There's anthology work and strip work where you can combine. You don't have money, you don't have big projects, you don't have big backing, you don't have a lot of confidence. Get together and pool creators together and release anthologies with strips, 12, 14, 18 panels of your guys' work, and just put your faces out there. Dump it on the market and see what people say.
One of the best thing of all this movement is the fact that, remember, one of the things that we used to always complain is that, especially like creators, like artists or stuff like that, is that you would go to cons and it would be hard to have a new creation get noticed. They would always ask for a Batman, Superman. But right now, the way that it's set up, the people are open to new creations.
Yeah.
They don't want as much Batman. They're like, oh, we want something new. And that's the direction that it took, and it's really great because you get great creations from everywhere. You see new product, and some people experiment. You have stuff that you would never see before, but you would see back in the 90s when they were trying. They were more experimental with comics. You could do pretty much everything as long as you sold.
Yeah, exactly. And it's what Mike and Sim have been saying. It is this new resurgence, I think, because people, they do want the independent stuff. Even with my first couple of campaigns, before I got into crowdfunding, I was testing books out at conventions, and they always sold out. So whatever the mainstream is trying to feed people, it is all nonsense. We're doing well. We're going to keep doing well. And like Mike was saying, you were Rookie, how he showed his raw stuff, whatever. For us, to get feedback, we enjoyed it. We laughed too. that's the thing, is there's real support. And that's what CG shows in other independent circles, you know, like someone like Billy Tucci, he's not exactly CG, but he's independent, and he has on any creators, all creators, because it's about kind of crowdfunding, and that's what this really is all about. And going into the new year, you're going to see big names now. They're going to be leaving, and they're going to start to do their own crowdfunding. You already saw some of it. Aaron Lopresti, you know,
there was a burst in September. Yeah,
he came from there, you know, from the mainstream, and he did his own thing. That Garbage Man character. What's his face? Sean Murphy, who's currently working at DC. He's going to do his own crowdfunding on Indiegogo this year, and they're going to see it when you see the bigger names pull in huge numbers. It's going to give the courage to the creators who've been wanting to leave mainstream to do their own independence, and they're going to, whether they're CG or just indie. It's going to bleed over, you know, because the mainstream, they destroyed the comic book market essentially for retailers, but they're still buyers. There's still amazing support in comics, and you know, they're coming all over here. They're coming to us.
Well, I just think it's so exciting that your industry can do that, that you can make such an immense change. I wish it were that way with, you know, movies and pop culture. We're not quite there yet. But oddly enough, in a strange turn of events, that's what George Lucas originally started out doing, is changing the film industry and always trying to upgrade it as an independent filmmaker. I'm not trying to change subject. I'm really just trying to show a simile here.
Sure.
Yeah. But you guys actually really have that opportunity, and it sounds like it's going really well. The corporate fools don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt you. No, I'm going to interrupt you.
But like Mike was trying to say in Red, you guys do too. You just have to start it from the ground.
Chris,
like,
listen, man. Your Kung Fu Flipp character, for example, because you know he's my favorite, and that's why I'm going to talk about it. You do sketch comedy, and you do it with a digital camera that you can keep in your pocket. Listen, I need my Phantom Menace people to understand, because, you know, like, I'm like a CG crossover guy in the Phantom Menace here. Like, we literally sit over here all day long in video conferences, not because we're going live. It's just like when we're tired and we want to have a coffee and a drink because we've been working all day. There's people coming and going out of rooms all day long. People are doing what Rookie Critic just did all day long.
Wow.
Like this morning, Sim threw up inks of what he was working in pencils, and my friend Allison here that was looking at it on Monday got to see him putting the inks on it this afternoon, just because we're hanging out having coffee at 6:30 in the morning, and that's just happened to be what he was doing. So
yeah, that's the reason why I developed my Discord. If you go on the Discord, I call the CG Hangout. It's made so that you find the printers, you find all the information that we can all share. Everything's built that we can find all the information there. The creators can find all the promoters, and vice versa.
Sim and I worked all last weekend to link like 4 different communities together. If you go on my @60Recce and you check the link for the Discord there, and you're part of Sim's, you'll see where the crossover happens, because in my channel, he's got all the CG creators lists. I have all the Fandom Collective and all the Fandom Menace creators. It's a mirror site, a resource list site for everybody. You know, when somebody says, for example, last week and Red, 2 shows ago that we did with Red, I had to resub Red on the way into the show at that night, because when I clicked on my YouTube so I could watch the comments, I wasn't subscribed anymore. And then the next morning when I went to watch the replay of the show, I had to resub again. And so this sort of thing happens frequently. And so on the Phantom Menace Discord that I set up, Sim and I did them all last weekend. We tried to cross-tweet the different communities. And I know Sim told me, and I told Sim, that there was a whole bunch of people on my side of the community that said they got a whole whack of subs over the weekend, and so did Sim. And so that was only me and Sim working together, just 2 people, just kind of fooling around, seeing how we could make it link. So if that's just 2 of us, and we got probably, I don't know, 150 sub count between the 2 of us just fooling around, imagine what everybody being involved could do.
Right.
You know, trying to get everybody from we started discussing that, you know, let's bring CG and the Fandom Menace together. Then it's like, yeah, but if we're gonna do that, let's go with Anime Gate. Let's go with Movie Gate. Let's go with
absolutely. And you guys are doing it.
Yeah.
You guys are doing it, and you throw them up in your videos in sketch comedy, for example, Flipp. I mean, I know that you're very busy with the stuff that's been going on in real life, and hey, just like everywhere else, real life always comes first, and it's the same for all of us here.
Sure.
But your talent and your interest, if you could really do it, and you had the time and the money and the space to be able to do it, and no other restrictions or distractions, I know what you'd be doing, and you'd be doing what you love to do, and that's why.
Nothing stops you to do like those guys. What was it, Unicorn something that did?
Oh yeah.
Fury. You know, you do a crowdfund to do a book, right? Or you do a crowdfund to do just a like 15-minute movie.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I would totally be down with that. I think one of the coolest things is when I met Mike, actually, that's when we were just starting to play with the idea on our end from, mixing COMICSGATE and Phantom Menace in various ways, just to get creators seeing each other and seeing the talent that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of didn't know what to do with it, and I mentioned it to Angus at the time, and so he kind of headed up that whole area. And then I really wished I'd paid more attention, but you know how it is when you're doing different.
Yeah, but it's exactly what we're discussing why we did this, man, Mike. It's to build a place where people can just meet up and share.
Yeah, well, you guys are killing it with this, because I'm just so excited and so happy to see that you are actually executing the meeting of the minds, so to speak. And you're saying, Mike, about like crowdfunding for U2 Sim for a 15-minute video or something. And actually, I do have this aspirations, and I would really like to get some creators together. I'm a little bit anal when it comes to how the videos go. It's one of the reasons I don't pump them out every day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, no, but would you say that you have a director spirit then, and that kind of desire to control the little world that you're trying to build and micromanage it? I mean, that's the spirit that you work in, isn't it?
That's
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Well, like we were trying to have a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and Vinny was actually quite adamant about this whole thing. You're going to have to hire a storyboard guy anyway.
Yep.
So what do you think the beauty of the
it's a fucking comic.
the videographers, the cinematographers, and the new directors and the Industry creators in the video medium? What better connections and what better cross-family connections to have than with the COMICSGATE creators? I mean, there you go.
It's like me. It's like me right now. Like I could tell you, like I do comics, but I've studied 3D animation. I did storyboard and concept art. Vinny does concept art.
Concept.
We come from all different places and backgrounds.
Yeah.
So, it's cool. We bring whatever we had to the community.
Yeah, and we're freaking open. Me and Vinny, like people can reach out to us and talk, and we don't charge for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Perth Comics brings up a good point. Did you guys see this? What happened with Jeff's printer and fulfillment?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's very sad. It depends on his freaking contract there if he has a safety in it.
Enlighten me.
Like he made a deal with the fulfillment center that took care of printing and fulfilling. But what they did is it just fucking stuck a sticker to the back of the book and put that in the mail like that. So everybody got no envelope, no nothing, just the sticker on the comic and boom.
Somebody send me the name of the company, please, in the private chat.
He didn't share it yet, and that was my thing that I told him, like, send them a message, try to reach out to them to, like, make up for it. If they don't within 3 days, well, then you should really share the name. Yeah. And yeah, because otherwise the only resource is legal.
Wow.
But, he needs to read his contract to see if he has a safety on the thing.
Like, yeah, but that was that was kind of a double FU that they slapped a fucking sticker on the books and just put them in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
That's really crazy. Funniest thing is right before this stream, I was looking at the news in the other room on the TV, and there was a guy who's a UPS driver. He got kidnapped at gunpoint, and there was a police chase. Could you imagine if
that was here? I was almost stuck in that traffic.
Oh, okay. Where are you out of again?
Florida.
Florida. Okay, I'm in Georgia, so that makes sense. We saw it. But yeah. Could you imagine that comic book is on that truck?
That'd be a triple whammy.
Magus is absolutely right. It's blasphemy. Yes, it is.
And I agree with Michael Beacon as well. Like, I mean, that's a pretty big fuck up to keep private.
Listen. Well, no. Wait. I agree with the method here. I need this to be clear. Whoever's part of the deal, this is a problem in all of our amateur communities. Business needs to be taken care of privately. Okay? Yep. It really does. Like, smarten up, people. So whoever's in the deal right now is doing the right thing. They're talking privately. They're giving people the opportunity to speak, to make arrangements, to apologize, or whatever the hell has to happen. We don't know because none of our damn business. Right. Once it goes sour, once it's all, well, fucked up, and community is here, and that's what we're here for, because we need to know who not to deal with, and we all know what that's all about on both sides of the Phantom Menace and COMICSGATE. Everybody knows. Yeah. And so when that goes sour, then we'll know, and of course we have to know, because I'll talk hypothetically about a company last fall that was in the fulfillment printing business that was doing, we thought, relatively well, and was we thought a boon and a beacon for the industry as far as printing, and especially comics, and I'm not gonna mention any names. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. But when they finally collapse because of an inability to be able to see money making and business viability as opposed to politics, well, I mean, go woke and go broke. And that's just the way it goes. So if these people are going to try to take advantage of a scene, and that's what I see it as an editor and a publisher, I see another company, oh, look, there's a bunch of vibrancy going on over there. We can staple ourselves onto that and make a couple of bucks. And they do it in a shitty way to get in and get out. And that's what I see, And after it goes sour, we'll need to know who that is, because, like I said, it'll be bad because nobody will deal with them anymore. And we need to know that, because our products and the things we're trying to build need to go out.
Well, yeah, and they're important. And that's why I agree with what you're saying. But at a certain level, I mean, this wasn't a fuck up. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing. They know that's not the way to ship a comic book. You know what I mean? It wasn't an oversight. It was them being cheap and taking advantage. And that's what pisses me off.
I agree, but the idea of that is to try and get him compensated. Get it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, how are you going to compensate that reputation? They just fucked up his reputation.
Yeah, they did.
Well, that's not that. Well, you see,
not
that's
him.
the thing, though. No. That's the thing, though. The event is not finished, and how people handle it right now that there's a crisis, that's when it really matters.
Yeah, that's going to determine it. Yeah. So, like, well, not to cut you off, but that's the thing. If he contacted them and he made it crystal clear that he's been getting fans irate out of what happened because of their fault, then it has to be up to them to say, okay, we're going to send those out again, and we're going to make sure that they're packed and mailed out properly. Now, if they don't do that, or if they just say like F you to him or whatever, then that's when you could go out and say it in public and do whatever you got to do. But right now he's at that stage where Mike's right, to still be professional, even though they just did what they did. He has to try to salvage it, and if he can't, then you put him on blast.
Then you go ballistic.
Yeah.
Hey, Rookie.
How's it going, guys? I'm back.
What's up?
They were just talking about The Last Jedi and stuff, and I don't want to do that anymore. Don't care.
Same here.
I think it's Robert Storms. I guess he's a super Last Jedi lover. So I have no idea. I don't know. So I was going to bounce in, but I'm like, this is not going fun. So what are you guys talking about?
We were talking about Jeff's unfortunate situation with his comic fulfillment.
But
that was Jeff X with the shipping getting all crappy from the shippers.
Yep.
What was his book?
Sucks.
Stealing Solo is what it's called.
Okay.
And
where these guys where they capture Han Solo as he is now, or Harrison Ford as he is now, and make him remake Star Wars in their basement.
Yes.
Sounds like a great comic.
Well, this has been in the works for a very long time, and Jeff was a comic guy long before Phantom Menace, and there's a lot of people over on the COMICSGATE side that know that. And this isn't just about not packaging comics right in the mail. And You know, I don't think if things do go sour, like what we were saying, and you know, everybody should try to salvage things in the most professional way that they can, because look, human error plays a big part in a whole lot of shit, whether people want to admit that or not. It really does.
Was this like a proof? A proof?
Well, no, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. But all I'm saying is there isn't anybody in this whole community that's gonna let Jeff take a nosedive on this one.
Oh,
so
yeah, I understand the secrecy now that you elaborate that it's Jeff's book. I gotcha. And also, this might be changing the subject a little, but we can come right back to it. We were talking about crossing over a minute ago, and one of the things that we're doing over there is this Art of the Fandom Menace. You know, it didn't even occur to me. I have no idea why it didn't occur to me, but you know, that really goes for COMICSGATE guys too. I absolutely want to, show off artists. If you guys ever want to get involved with something like that, I'm about to do one for James Clark. I don't know if you know James Clark. He's an awesome guy. He paints, but I'd like to get some of you guys too.
Oh, like an interview with them, or?
Oh no. Well, we basically get about 15 to 19 pieces of art that you guys are like proud of, and I'll do a video of showing off the art. And it scrolls so you can see a lot of it. And then we add some music to it and, basically get your name out there and kind of show off just a little. And, that's pretty much.
Yeah, I've been involved in a couple of those in the past.
Can I make a stipulation, make an editorial decision? Sim has to pick the music.
Why? I know I'm going to regret this, but why?
so that it will lift them out of their seats as well as pop their eyes out of their heads.
He obviously doesn't follow me yet.
A lot of bullshit.
I share a lot of music.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm a musician. Been a drummer since I was 10. Play piano a little bit.
Nice.
That's cool. What do you play?
I don't play. I draw and listen to a lot of music, especially rock and metal.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, you know who Seven Dust is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I used to play drums and bass when I was younger, but never continued. I decided to invest my time in drawing.
That's awesome. I always sound cheesy when I say this, but back in the day, in 95, 96, and 97, here in Atlanta, that's where Seven Dust is from. My band at the time had opened for them like 3 times. It's pretty cool. They had just got that Mortal Kombat 2 soundtrack. Yeah, that's a long time ago. I'm showing you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm 43. I hear you.
Fair enough. I'm not alone. But yeah, you would totally be able to pick your
Even
own.
if the other one are not talking, other than Rookie, we're all above 40.
Okay. You're the youngster, Rookster.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
You're the youngster.
Yep, I'm the 25-year-old youngin.
But yeah, you'd totally be able to pick your own music.
Hell yeah.
I mean, within like a copyright, But yeah, absolutely. And Vinny Art, Vinny, I need to update myself on your content, and I don't have your Twitter actually.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's at Vinny Art.
Is it?
I'll share it in a sec. I'll grab it.
I think Penny has it, but I don't know.
Yeah, so when I go on streams, I normally do that. I'll put my name right there, and that's pretty much most of my social media is that.
No, look in the private chat of the thing. Mine's there.
Okay. Oh, cool. Thanks.
Okay, cool.
No problem.
But yeah, hey, again, not trying to switch the subjects in any way whatsoever, but have you guys noticed that? I don't know if you guys watch a lot of the content. I imagine we cross over on a good few, but Mike Zero's even getting upset with Lucasfilm lately.
Oh.
And why is that?
You're like, who's that?
Oh no, everybody knows Mike Zero.
Heard of him?
Yeah, he's like, I've never seen him act so upset. Like
human.
Yeah, exactly. But I just thought that was interesting because, you know, we all know he doesn't have, Ethan makes fun of him a good bit, you know, here and there. But, you know, he doesn't ever say anything bad, but he never has any sources. But you know it's bad. And I don't want to talk about Star Wars a lot. I don't even know why I brought that up, I guess. But yeah, anyway. You know it's bad when Mike Zero's on the down, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure. How's Campia doing on that?
Oh my God!
That's when you know it's bad.
You know what's funny is I really don't watch those guys. I just happen to come across it. I think that's why I was thinking about it. And I've got an idea to do, you know, like this really interesting skit with. Man, I would just kill to actually get the real Mike Zero to be in a skit. But you know, instead, I'm just going to have to pretend to be him, I guess. But
hammer down on the DMs. He'll answer you eventually. I'm gonna break in here and say hello to Ninja, Perth Edwards, Brian Skits, Mogwai, Windu, Gargoyle, the fucking Prick 13, Snacks, our most beautiful Lola Meets if she's still even here, Beacon Brother, and Brother Dark Gift Comics, and a special shout out to my brother Snowdub Entertainments. If nobody's seen his channel, please go and sub and check out his entertainments. He's got some pretty cool tunes, and him and Kermit the Log do a pretty cool show together every week. So it's going to be a snow job 2020. So please go check that out. And
he's going to teach me how to rap.
There you go.
I can do the rhymes, but not to a beat at all. So he's going to help that out. Do you guys hear my computer humming still or no?
Not so much.
Okay, good.
Did you click off all the porn?
There weren't any up, thank you. But
you're running too many tabs, rookie.
I do have a lot
that
of
hentai video game.
I'm trying to do a lot of research on stuff, and I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Researching quotes.
Research. That's the new word of the week for next week. Research. There we go, Red. Research. Okay, well, now we know your code, rookie. We got you.
Yeah, I've been researching
the
all
file
day.
marked research is for research. Okay.
Hail research.
You heard somebody say bleached back holes last week, and he's like, "What's this?"
I gotta do some research.
I do a couple of weeks work.
Oh shit, son! Today is Mr. Yonafui's birthday. Happy birthday, brother!
Happy birthday!
Not familiar with Mr. Yonafui? He makes some of the funniest
video memes.
Yeah, video memes around.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, I need at least one hand to do my research.
He's 43 also. How do you like that?
You guys are old.
Hell, brother.
Experience.
I'm a few years younger. So.
Lies.
Yeah, I'm
Lies.
A few years too,
actually. Since we have a little lull there, to anybody that's a penciler out there in CG world or indie world for penciling that I've talked to about our secret project, the theme that's being turned back to me by most of the people is like keep reading. Just so you guys know, for those that know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it seems to be encouragement to reading basically is the kind of the overall tone that I'm getting back from the majority of the people. So keep it up, guys. Thank you. And Vinny, you're late.
Oh yeah, dude. I had a couple other things I had to take care of, so I'm like, yeah, I knew there was something I had to fucking do.
I'm just teasing, man. To be honest with you, like it's just something that we're doing as a lark, on the side. So I'm just teasing anyway.
Yeah,
Simon, you got a special request, buddy.
Oh yeah, what?
Mr. Yanafui would like you to sing "Happy Birthday" to him.
Happy birthday to you. You belong in a zoo. You look like a monkey, and you smell like one too. Hell, bro.
There you go.
As we say in Canada, voila.
One fight.
Hey, Sim, it looks like we were actually following each other anyway. My bad.
Of course.
That happens a lot on these streams. I've noticed. People kind of meet for the first time, really. And they don't realize they've been following each other for a while.
Yeah, I imagine. But I think this is really cool. I like the laid backness, and it's cool that I actually know one or two people in here.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point, like to bring in people that we don't talk to on a regular basis. You know, we know each other, but we don't know each other. You know, and it's
Mix and match.
yeah, kind of what we're doing. Just get to know each other a little better.
I was just thinking the other day of how, when 10, 20 years go by, the weirdest thing about all of us is that we have a video,
History.
history. Yeah. I was just looking back at what we did last year, and I'm like, wow. And we're all in this together. It's like even if you don't want to be in it together, you're in it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really, we're all fighting against the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the same thing.
Right.
No.
Agreed.
It all began. It all began with cancel. It all began with cancel culture.
Yeah. But it's
telling people how to think, telling people how to act, telling people how to feel, telling people how to express.
And
Look,
let's not forget that at the core, like like me and Vinny, we might be like doing comics where we watch a lot of freaking movies, right? We're movie buffs.
Of course.
We're big fans of Star Wars. We're big fans, so that why not intermingle everything?
Exactly. I was just saying this on the stream I had earlier. If you're into comics, you're into movies, animation, toys, video games. It's all, we're all under the same umbrella.
Yep.
Essentially, it's just some people create, others they just like the stories and stuff, and they're gonna fight for what they enjoy. What's cool to them. I mean, I saw an interview with Henry Cavill recently, and someone tried to bring up toxic fandom to him, and he said, "I don't see it like that." He goes, "I see it where people, if they're reading a comic and they have a certain character's voice in their head or how they think they should look," he goes, "That's up to them. That, of course, it's 100%. They have the right to be vocal or not." He goes, "I don't." He goes, "I don't believe in what you were trying to say, whoever the interviewer was trying to do." And if more people approached it like he did, you wouldn't have that bite back, and I think, and that also separates how creators are with their fans. Me and Sim, we'll talk to anybody. Anyone who backed our books, anyone who just wants to kind of chat here and there or have cool questions for us, we respond. Now, if we were working for Marvel or DC, we'd have a chip on our shoulder. We'd be arrogant because that's how they are, right? And that's the difference. We're kind, we're respectful. We might not always have the time of the day, but we'll get back. Or if we're doing live streams and someone has a question for us, we answer it. Talk to them.
It seems like such an opportunity for the giant corporate, producing entities like comic book, movies, whatever, video games. It's such an opportunity for them to really connect with their client.
Well, that's the spirit, Chris. Like I said this at Geeks and Gamers. There has maybe that's why I thought when you turned me on to Steven and his project that once I saw what he was actually trying to compile, just how valuable that it is, because to have just an open forum where everybody can cross over in that degree is, I don't know, it's
priceless.
It's the accessibility that exists as opposed to the industry. Like in independence, it's all people. It's like a family. And so, like I've had some creators, for example, like at Alterna, for example, almost every single one of those people that I've ever approached, and I'm nobody back in 2017. I'm nobody. Why the hell would they respond to me? But every single time it's with grace. Every single time it's with respect. It might not be some great big essay or whatever response, but for example, I'll mention Dave Schwartz. I asked him if he could send me some pencils without any lettering because I didn't want to spoil his story for what he was going to release, and I had kind of an eye on what he was coming out with on his project, and I just wanted some pencils to something finished, but not lettering, so it wouldn't give away his dialogue and such. And he sent me all those sorts of things, no problem, in a little package, and then he designed me a friggin' logo, like for choosing alternate comics only, with one of the alternate characters, kicking over a stool, and I didn't even ask for stuff like that. And the accessibility and I don't want to say it's like I don't want to say it's like an intimate thing. I mean, it certainly could become. I don't know, but the accessibility of all the different creators and the ability to be able to cross over all those talents, because I guess what the community means for everybody is that nobody has to be a specialist or not everybody has to be a jack of all trades anymore.
One of the things that's funny is that we like to say that it's a big con.
Yeah.
Right now, what's happening? It's a big like online con, and you know all your favorite artists or artists you don't even know are all there available whenever they are.
Yeah, the corporate people don't know what to do, but at some point they're going to catch on, you know. So we got to get it while we can.
That's what I mean. There's never been a community like this, and so maybe that's what's important about what Steven wanted to do, was to capture that moment, just so we have a timestamp on it before it grows too big to be able to to be able to register. You know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of information already. Like, it's only going to grow.
Mm-hmm. It's why I started that creator thing there, so that everybody can just go put all the information that me, Vinny, we've been sharing on shows. So I'm like, let's just put it out in a place where all creators can just go find it.
Oh wow! So you created a like an index for creators, or
it's a big CG index where you can find all the campaigns that I see. There's a creator list, all the promoters list on their Twitters, their YouTube. There's a place for them to show their links to their shows. Art shares for creators to find writers. There's a creator resource where you find printers, comic supplies,
publishers, all of it.
Yeah, and you have Indiegogo question suggestions, so people can just like a Q&A. So
and it's not some great big mind-boggling, you know, fry your brain shit. It's like a block with a link and a block with a link, like, so you can just scroll right through and look through it like categories, like a list.
And there's
as long as nobody pollutes it with a chat, like as long as people don't pollute it with too much chatter, and they just show the links that are important to contribute to the theme of the particular thread, then it's an incredible resource. And me and Sim have tried to mirror the comic creator side of it and the indie YouTube videographer, writer, director side of it, so that if you go to Sim's and you join his Discord, and you go to my @60Reki and you join the Fandom Menace Discord, and you have the two of them at the same time, it'll be right in the same menu. You can literally jump between the two communities instantly and cross-link all the information all the time. Like, we spent all last weekend doing it. A lot of people think that it's a problem, Discord's a problem, because it's really complicated and notifications drive people crazy. So first thing you do when you turn it on, just go in, turn off all your notifications, and that way you can just explore the site normally without too much fuss. That's it.
Yeah, you guys both got me on there. I took a quick look, but I haven't been on back. You know, I haven't been back on yet. I haven't had a chance. I want to, because it does look pretty cool. But what I did skim through, they're not kidding. There's great lists in there, great contacts. It's definitely a good.
And there's a public hangout where people can just go and hang there with a public chat. So just go in and
Sim has one called the chat, and mine is called Nar Shada for the Phantom Menace people. But it's an open, low bandwidth voice. Like Sim works on a graphics intensive program all day long. I'm publishing here and I work on a graphics intensive program. We, instead of using StreamYards we use it when we have to, but we talk in low bandwidth voice all day so we can run all the rest of our stuff without too much trouble. And so it's a really useful tool. Seriously.
And through Discords?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I signed up for Discord accidentally thanks to Mike.
Good thing.
Well, but I'm there now, so it's awesome. I was happy to do so.
Yeah,
but I'll check that out in the index. If you want, we can also put it up on the Twitter. You know, we can add for you, because it seems like you're doing. I mean, that's a big thing to put an index together like that, and it's for everybody.
Yeah, but the idea came to me this weekend. I started building mine, and after that, I started talking with Mike, and I suggested that we should start building his, and I did the same thing to Vinny. We were all three talking about it, and I'm like, dude, look at what I did. And I told him, and I'm like, I can help you guys build your own Discord. So like each community can have their own Discord, but we're all connected.
That is awesome. That's kind of the whole idea that Rook and I had about connecting people, and I just I haven't seen anyone else do anything like it. That's brilliant. It's simple, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, I thought like let's build up at least a place or two, like like a little result, like where you can find all the information. Because one of the first thing that, and Vinny will agree with me from our comic book and Red Gaze too, because we've been working together for a while on this. The first thing they always come is, I don't know, I'm checking into printers. I don't know where to get those mailers. Where do we get trading cards? How much does this cost? And I'm like, let's just find just put it in a place where people can just go in and take the information and get out if they want, or come and chat with us.
It's like you've got artists and colorists. I'm sorry, Rook. Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead. I was just agreeing. Yeah, that's a good place to actually go to. People that want to start out and do something, they usually look at the roadblocks first and go, oh, start to second guess themselves. So having a place where they can, go and find that's going to be great for them. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Dark Gift Comics, which is Anthony says, let me in his Discords.
I already sent you one, and you told me your notifications went crazy. Why do you think I'm giving the disclaimer, you bastard?
Oh, shit, son.
But that being an option, I would not mind Discord as much, because it's like always all these stupid notifications. I'm like, God, shut the.
Well, that's the thing. Just go in at first, turn them all off, and that way there you can just actually go through at your leisure and actually check out the information. And so I just want to make sure that everybody understands from the Fandom Menace side. Like Sim said, the comic people, they want to know, I want to produce a book for less than $5.72 a unit. And Sim has all the companies that can fulfill that kind of demand. But on our side, we want to know information. The YouTubers want information. They want quick access to resources and data. And so Data Racer and Ichibaka, as everybody knows, there's our community archivists over here. And so if you go onto the Fandom Menace Discord, you'll see right at the beginning, it says right at the top, community newspapers, and they're all listed there. And so every morning when you get your coffee and you want to know what the hell's going on, click on them. Way you go.
Fandom Menace Discord, cool. And you said I can access that through either of y'all's Discord, right?
Yeah, I sent you an invite.
To get the full effect, you should have as many of the linked communities together as you can, so that you can see them on the menu and you literally just flip between the two. Sometimes news, like Sim and I are always, and this is the thing, how it makes it special, because last weekend Sim and I started cross tweeting the material from each of the different communities through the course of the weekend, for people's shows that were upcoming, for people's projects that were being launched, or projects that were coming to completion. And so just the two of us working together, everybody, there was like a jolly, I had like all sorts of really cool messages and notifications and stuff, because people were having, it was like a jolly weekend it was like a productive weekend. And like I said, it's because of a cross community spirit, and it is the Indosphere. So reach out and touch someone, and feel around for the back holes, because everybody's waiting, and create.
Awesome. Yeah, Skits Comics says, I heard of y'all, but never heard of you, Flipped Out. And that's what this is all about, man.
Now you have, man.
Now you have, absolutely.
Flipped Out.
It's like Flipped Out never heard of me, even though he's following me.
I believe the link to Flipp's YouTube is in the description, so check that out. If it's not there now, it will be later.
Yep. And check out Kung. I want to play a video of his actually in the screen share. You want to find something from Kung Flu Flip for the lawyers, Red, while the rest of the boys are chatting?
From the lawyers?
Oh, I got some.
Yeah, it's lawyers, something. And I have a special Christmas picture that my friend Allison's brother, who's actually a fellow that games quite a bit in World of Tanks, for anybody out there that plays World of Tanks.
Oh, I do.
I'm an old World of Tanks player. I mean, I used to drive tanks, so I guess maybe that's kind of ironic. But in any case, he has an old Yoda puppet from 1984, and he uses it as his Christmas ornament for his tree every year, and he wanted to share said Yoda picture, and so I'm going to try and bring this up into the screen share for you guys, and someone else can carry on the conversation while I find it, because I think I lost it.
I have some Kung Fu Flip. You want to see some Kung Fu Flip in action?
Yeah, go, Rick.
This was part of my rookie's quest thing. This is during the energy part where everybody's given their energy to help me defeat the bad guy and stuff. Let's see.
Wait, Jeff needs help. Take my Pandorade! It's working, everybody! Keep it up! Don't let up! Don't worry about it, Woogie. I've got your back. I'll cover for you.
You're gonna be all that you can get with it.
Yeah, that was a little sniff of Kung Fu.
That was an interesting choice. Thank you.
Oh, because I broke yours. I broke your fight scene up into those little bits for so you can do the energy. So it's not all together.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun thing to do, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the next one's coming in. Well, starting to film in February. It's going to release in June. I don't know if Kung Fu Flip will make an appearance, but some Flipster characters will be in there. Ronaldo is definitely going to be in it.
Yep. Yeah, we got some special ones we're going to use, and I think we're going to murder one of them.
Maybe. That might be up to the audience to determine if they're dead or not when their heads exploded. But, you know.
That would be really cool if you could do a choose your own YouTube video, like that Black Mirror episode on Netflix, Bandersnatch.
I haven't seen that. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Flip, if you don't mind, I will share the Return of Kung Fu Flip.
Boom.
Oh, sure. Oh, this one's real short, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I chose this one.
Cool.
Hello, fellow dirty bastards. Master Flipp been working to build new dojo for students. On my way here, I throw man downstairs. It was Wong on so many levels, cause he say I can't drive good. Oh, hey! We were on top floor of Masturbation Anonymous. Everybody came today. Anyway, come Friday night, ladies' night at dojo. Ladies learn new martial art. One hung low for free.
Gold. Gold. Pure gold.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys.
It's fucking glorious. I love that character. I love it.
Yes, Flip is a master of cultural appropriation.
I love it.
Beautiful.
There's one more where he really demonstrates his power. Got that?
What? I'm on a stream, man. You think I'm sitting here jerking off? Come on.
I don't know. Just
Don't worry about it, Wookie. I call on the power of the Fandom Collective. Time to take a pound.
use that power, man. Kamehameha.
You guys, if you do actually like him, I've got something that I'm doing with Fatal J, and it'll hopefully be up next week. But it is going to be something you've never seen Kung Fu Flip do before. That's for sure.
Oh, good. Yeah, I like Fatal J.
But thanks for that. Thank you guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what this is all about, man. We're to spread the word. Anybody who's not subscribed to any of these fine folks, do it now or face the gaze consequences. Which it really is nothing. I mean, it's nothing. I have nothing to back that up.
Only the gaze in your dreams.
We'll stare at you. We'll all turn our icons off and stare at the screen until you sub.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like that? A little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're past an hour and 35, guys. I think we might wrap this up. Does anybody have anything else before we get wrapped for the night?
I have a question for Mike.
Sure, and I have a picture to share before we go. Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering, when are you guys gonna put out volume 2, and also, how many are there?
Well, we have 5 volumes planned, and I've already got them all broken down. They're already formatted and ready. I literally just have to mount the material. Angus will love that, mounting. I just have to mount the material into the format that I prepared. So there's 4 contributors for volume 3 that I'm waiting for. There's 7 contributors for volume 4 that I'm waiting for. And there's 2 contributors for volume 5 that I'm waiting for. And 3 pieces of that material depends on what happens in the next 8 months.
Okay. Is there a big ending? Is there like
no. This is the first volume is basically how did we all come together? Where did this spirit come from? That's what volume 1 is. It's an explanation of what's the original spirit behind this community. And then after that, it's essentially that's why these SJWs flipping out so badly and helping us sell so many books is so wonderful, because what's happening after volume 1 is essentially a yearbook. It's a celebration and an advertisement of all the different people that have helped to build the Indosphere. And that includes like fucking everybody.
A lot of people.
A lot of people. Stephen, for the first 3 volumes that I compiled from the original material that he sent me, was 500,000 words. Just so you guys know.
That is insane. Yeah, so 5 volumes in all, and I'm really not trying to do a quick ad for you, although I would love to be doing it for that reason. I'm just genuinely curious. And when are you releasing the second volume again?
I would like to have the volume start shipping like the 2nd, 3rd week of January, or if not the 1st week of February. Like I would like, because of the material that I have prepared for volume 2, I would like it to be in people's hands when Troz is still in the theaters. I have a feeling the Chinese are going to shut Troz down in about 9 weeks. But I think it might run a little longer here in North America. And so I'm waiting on, I can release volume 2 if I have one person who I'm waiting for submission, and that person knows who they are, and it has nobody here, obviously. But if I had one person submission with the way I have things prepared, I could print it tomorrow.
Are you going to re-release volume 1?
There's a lot of people that are talking about, 2nd edition, and that's it, what I, as a publisher and an editor, that's what I have to approach it as. 2nd edition printing is not something I can concern myself with right now, because I'm not finished with 1st edition.
Sure. Makes sense. And
if people want to send me suggestions, or if they want to tell me what a piece of shit I am for not having an all-encompassing vision, they're more than welcome. Like I said in my editor's notes at the beginning of the book, write me a note, tell me what a piece of shit I am. Leave Steven alone. Send all your hate to me, please.
Well, I wonder if it's a yearbook, what do you guys, and this goes to everybody here, what do you think is going to happen once the Rise of Skywalker comes out, and then let's say it's crap, which is what we expect, and then it dies down because Mandalorian's getting some good press, and then also whatever they're going to plan to do, like Clone Wars in February, that's going to probably do well. Well, it's got a decent chance anyway, and so let's say
my prediction is the same prediction that we've all observed since 2015, trying to work in independence. when they see something that's successful, they're going to try to crush it. And Dave and John are going to have a real hard time of things. And they're going to try to push their vision through a pile of muck and crap. And eventually, people like them who just want to burst out of chains are going to come over here where they belong. And over the long term, that's what I see. Because a constrictive, creative space like that where you can't breathe, that's like, look, creator, all of us, everybody in this room right now, we're all very, very, very sensitive people. And I don't care who knows that out there, we are. And we'll tolerate this abuse for a very long time. We will. Because some cases, pain is inspiring. It is. And all of us will attest to that, I'm sure.
True.
But eventually, those chains have to be broken. And that's what we're in for the new, like I said, it's Snow Job 2020. That's the beginning.
What do you think it does to the channels that have been basically riding this wave of The Last Jedi sucks and Star Wars is crap and, SJWs and all this? And I know it's not COMICSGATE. I'm just wondering, what do you think happens to these channels that basically built their channel on that?
It's not their channel's not being built on that. That's not what I see. What I see is a bunch of people having their mythologies distorted, having their dreams twisted, having their memories basically destroyed and fouled. Okay. And like I said, COMICSGATE already found a solution to that. And so all we have to do is understand these people aren't going to change. Like, I understand the Phantom Menace. We'll freak out with these people and I'll argue with these people and tell them that they're morons every day and twice on Sunday. But it's not going to change Disney. It's not going to change Lucasfilm. It's not going to change anything. The way to change things is to create things. And that's what the Phantom Menace can learn from COMICSGATE. And there's so many creative people with so many brilliant ideas and they have so much passion and so much energy. Fucking right, man. Do it. Like Rookie, you came out and gave us some raw things. You missed all the compliments I gave you earlier when you left. The beauty of our community is that people do feel comfortable. They can just throw the raw shit out there. And then all of a sudden they've got like 6 different creators and 7 different mediums thinking about equipment and fucking shots and designing that's what the spirit of the community is. And so everybody just has to jump into it and fuck them all. They don't want us playing in their sandbox. Okay. We'll just make our own.
Well put.
Sandbox, we're gonna make it cooler than theirs. So you're gonna want to come and play. I agree.
Yeah, that was.
It already is cooler.
It seriously is.
Yeah, it totally is. They have a giant fucking sandbox that's just flat, and we got fucking castles everywhere.
We have back holes. I mean, come on.
We're gentle with fans and we're rough with them.
Yeah, you're turning me on.
What reality turns you on, Red? No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah.
Real. No kidding. Raw and real. Look at that. Isn't that appealing? You see?
Yeah, especially the raw part.
Raw, real, and wrecked. That's his 3 R's.
And soon it will be red because he'll be busy.
Oh yeah.
So basically, creationism and taking the opportunity to just, recreate, remake yourself, and do it with talent, with networking, collaborating with talent. To see,
you also see one person step up and do something, and it's like you're used to seeing it from the actual producers or people already there, and it's like you see some Joe walk up and try to do it themselves, and it's like, well, hey, if he can do that, maybe I could try to do that. And
right.
The little domino effect, I'd say.
And that's a good point because you guys all know me. I'm at Bleeding Fool promoting all of you guys. I do projects all the time. I work on little side things. I'm just nobody. But when I first get involved in promoting my own project and the types of messages that I get back from people now, it's very, very strange world to try to promote my own things. And all that does is inspire me more to understand what it is that we all have here.
For sure.
Chris, you remember a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, somebody would say, Mike, what is it that you do in the Indosphere? And the description, I've used this with you before, you know what I'm talking about. Well, it's kind of like standing in the middle of a hurricane or a tornado and describing it as best as I can without getting sucked up in the middle of it. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
And to be on the I mean, I guess that was a creative space to describe that, I guess. But it's like a different world. And I really want everybody to understand out there that it is a really accessible place, and it really is a really fluid, daily, minute by minute, hour by hour. It's a very fluid and organic and growing and moving experience, and it is really human. And I think that's what people are reaching out for, actually.
What is this project you got?
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, yeah, this is the cover I'm working on. You guys saw it, I think, on the last stream. I've been working on it a little bit more here and there in between other projects, but yeah, the cover is almost finished. I'm gonna do a couple more little things to it, and then play with like the brightness of certain elements. But yeah, this is Through the Woods, the new cover for the collected edition. My very first campaign in crowdfunding. You know, it didn't do the numbers it should have, but since then I've been doing other campaigns. Like City of Venus is doing great. My fan base grew, so a lot of people have been asking for this one. So yeah, I'm doing the graphic novel or trade paperback version of this one. So it's going to be 92 pages right now. It might be a few more, but yeah. So I want to show you guys at least the cover and the progress I've been doing on it. Been painting up the wolf while we've been chatting.
Wow. Yeah. That is really impressive.
Thanks, man. So yeah, this is
and like I said, Flipp, during the daytime, most of the people that we all chum around with, like everybody's working, and this is the kind of stuff they're doing all day.
Yep.
Just kind of fooling around, chatting, joking around with each other, working. Yep. And Phantom Menace can do exactly the same thing.
Getting some cool stuff done.
Absolutely. As soon as I meet somebody who's got, like, you know, awesome film equipment and maybe a studio with a whole bunch of we'll put together a little movie. But this right here, this is I couldn't imagine. See, I wouldn't know where to start drawing something like that. So I'm unfounded.
Yeah, it gets tricky, man, because yeah, I do the pencils, the inks, and the paints on it. So yeah, to make sure I get like everything that I want, or if I'm still experimenting on like how I wanted to do things, like I push the trees back, you know, give it some distance, so I, you know, and give a little bit more mood to the piece. So like if you saw the inks by itself, you know, everything is all like jet black, but to like to do the colors and, you know, add textures and things. So, I mean, you can see like there's like some speckling in there, you know, really like playing around with stuff. And with this piece too, like I was experimenting on like a different way of painting, where I kind of did more cuts into stuff, so like you could see like the lines on the clothes. It's a little bit different from what I was doing with the actual main book. The main book looks more painterly, but since this cover, I did traditional pen and ink on it. I'm going to be selling it. So it's going to be like the one original piece. It's going to be a more expensive tier, obviously, since it's only a one-off. So if anyone wants it, it's going to be, you know, one opportunity to get it. But because of that, that's why I changed up the painting style on it a little bit, since I wanted more of the lines to show through.
It's beautiful, man. It really is.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So
yeah.
Lots more cool stuff happening.
Hey Vinny, can you show us the backward stare with the hatchet so Chris can see a nice piece of that ass? Please, Vinny, please.
Say that one more time.
Give me the hatchet with the ass.
Oh yeah, the other cover. All right, hold on a second. We start sharing for a minute. Pull that up.
All right, while you're pulling that up, Simon's got something to share as well.
Oh wow,
very nice.
Nice, wow.
Yeah, this piece has got a ton of detail, man.
That's badass.
Beautiful work, man.
A lot of pencilers, just so you guys know, on Phantom Menace side, a lot of pencilers, they get cranky about like straight lines, 90 degrees, like anything mechanical, cars, buildings, like people like, meh, you know. But guys that do a lot of detail with straight edges and all this kind of mechanical stuff, it's really, really intense stuff. So seriously, check it out.
It's beautiful. That angle, everything is so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And these are projects you're working on?
Well, yeah, he's doing it right now. He's doing it right now, like right in front of your face, like right now. Hey, go back to pencil guy. I'm going to show you something about this. Is what I was talking about the other day. So just blow it back out, maybe 50%. There you go. So just look at the room. All you know, the first thing I get out of this entire shot, all you see is a bunch of black lines flip.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The only thing that I saw, like he's got ink in it now. I'm talking about see the blue lines that you see, his pencils, his trace?
I do.
A few days ago, he was still on the trace. And so when he showed it to us, just, having coffee in the morning, when I saw the angle of the guy with the pencil in his head, like leaning over, like his neck leaning, the only thing that you need to, the most important aspect of that whole picture is the sickening angle of his neck as it's folded over the back of the whole picture. You don't even have to look around the rest of the picture. That's death right there.
Yeah,
just from that one angle, just from the angle of the guy's neck. You know that guy's dead.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So the whole room, you don't even have to look around. But the thing is, Sim takes your eye around, and he makes you look at the rest of it too. Check out the guy on the pool table.
First thing I saw was the guy with the pencil in his eye.
Yeah.
Of course you did. Of course you did. And that's the point, right? And then your eye moves. Look at the guy on the pool table.
Yep. You guys are professional artists.
Of course they are.
I'm surprised you didn't get picked up,
Oh God, don't get Vinny started.
That's the whole thing for it.
I retract.
Everybody is in the spirit of wanting to build things, and you are absolutely correct, Chris.
Yes.
And that's why everybody is together, because you know what? Let's build things.
I tell you, this has given me ideas for sure. In fact, once I clean off my table a little bit, we should definitely do some collabs together. I don't know that I would be able to, I think more of like single pictures or something, but I don't know. I feel like I couldn't offer something as amazing as this, though.
That's not true, because people like you that have concepts and ideas and visuals are the ones that give an inspiration or an idea or a concept to the people that put a pencil on a piece of paper just like that. Okay. And once it elaborates itself from there, all of a sudden other people can feel the emotion of it, and oof, everybody's involved. It's immersion. You see, that's what collaboration is. It's just immersion.
Well, sure.
So if you like it, chances are there's like a whole bunch of other people out there that like it too. And most artists that you ask, they draw what they like. They draw what they feel. They draw what inspires them. And really, it's in the hope of, well, shit, man, does anybody else like it too? I bet you there is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just I'm really, like I said, I'm dumbfounded by the amount of, and is this something you guys like? This, take this picture for instance. Is this something you would draw like in a day or something, or?
I could do it in a day, but right now this one is more like a concept art, and I'm putting on. It's for a cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a cover and a promotional for a new book that I'm putting together.
I
So,
see.
so some can take me. I could do in like 10 hours, and there's stuff that will take me 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same here. Like I've had done like full pieces, fully painted and everything, in about 8 to 10 hours, and other ones that take over a week to do.
Yeah.
It really depends, like on especially if you are, like Sim said, if you're in the middle of still doing concepts on it and developing out, fleshing out the characters, or if it's something that's already established,
Like right here in the composition here, like I want to establish, like just by the posing of them, I want to establish the entire team. Like just by the way they're posed, that guy's the leader.
Yeah.
That those are the hot-headed ones.
Yeah.
That guy is the good old reliable, because he's technically back to back with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he's back towards, like, they're looking at what's happening, and he's not really. He's more like, I got your back, guys. So he's the good old reliable, and she's there, and you see that she's like a little bit more protected one. So like that, I'm selling the entire team, and
yeah, do it in one image. That's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And him there. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but he's like little Jack Kirby.
Totally.
Good touch.
Does he get tossed at all throughout this?
Skullbusters.
Where it's like this, just this panel here. That's like a day or two.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I can put it into a little bit of perspective for you if you want, from an editorial point of view of someone that appreciates a penciler. Every single panel that what Sim is showing you right now, and I'm not talking about all the black you see, I'm just talking about the lines of the pencil that he made, is between 97,000 and 170,000 pencil strokes just to make not all these squares, just one square. And so if he has, let's say, 52 panels in a 26-page book or a 28-page book, somebody better be paying him $120 to $200 a page, because that's an awful lot of lines. And we're talking about 3.5 million pencil strokes by the time you get to 28 pages. And so when you say, hey, that looks really amazing, well, I'm really sorry. That takes a lot of, for me as an editor, I'm partial to pencilers. And so yeah, I want them to reflect what the ideas are, but I want them to do it skillfully. And as you can see, something like that is very skillfully done. So if it takes them 2 days to do it, think about it, a regular job. If you devoted 8 hours for 2 days, what would you expect to be paid? And it's not finished. So
the more time that we have to work on a piece, right? We get to think the piece out more. If you look at this piece, I thought out of let's show an interesting way of how somebody could pilot a ship. So you have the handle on the left there. That's pretty much the one that gives you direction, and the other one that looks like a biker handle, and that's the thrust. It's pretty goddamn clear just by looking at it that's the one that handles the speed, and the other one handles the the direction.
I like how you put that into words, like you. In just a picture, I know it's cheesy to say a picture's worth 1,000 words or whatever, but you're expressing it in that. And you're right. Your eyes go to the fist and the hand and his face, and then they kind of veer off toward the dice, and then the screen to the left. That's where my eyes are going.
And a lot of people are like, "Did you put the dice because of Han Solo, or did you?" I'm like, "Dude, I put the dice there. Yeah, exactly for it to bring up anything that brings it to your mind." Like everybody's seen dices like that before. That it be in American Graffiti, that it be in Star Wars, that it be in freaking Fast and the Furious. You've seen those dice.
Oh yeah, used to get those at the fair every year. It has some rope clips connected to them.
Like here you have a little hint to heavy metal.
Frags
instead of frag 2, frags.
Oh yeah.
It's fact 2. Yeah, I just
it's badass. Badass.
And here you have like power converters. From Back to the Future. The time
the flux capacitor.
The flux capacitor. Yeah. Station.
He has 2.
So now we know time travel is possible.
And that robot you see there, that's his adoptive dad. So.
Yeah, it definitely went to the screen. It says 5,000 there, and you can tell it's a screen he sees because the numbers are backwards.
Mm-hmm.
That is freaking radical, man.
And just a little. Here's a little spoiler. You see, like he's gonna come with the ship. He's gonna just drop out, like it's just like the seat that comes down.
That was supposed to be for tomorrow morning, you fucker.
And boom, 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 boom.
Mike, I realize you're still relatively new on the scene with Sim here, but yeah, don't expect shit to not get revealed.
Oh no, I'm just teasing him. He's but this is what I was talking about earlier with Rookie, like throwing out the raw things and not being uncomfortable with it, like saying, hey, this is how you do things, right? Rookie's the same way. It's got that spirit. Like, I don't care. Like, I just wanna make things, and that same spirit. That's what it takes, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, Sim's really good about that. Like, he loves showing off his shit. Finished, unfinished, it don't matter. He loves putting it out there, and we all love seeing it.
Sometimes people enjoy the unfinished before the finish because of.
I mean, it's cool to see the process as it's going,
Exactly.
But that's what people tell me. They like to see the process. I just try to, I know it may seem like I'm showing a lot sometimes with like Blood Hunt, but I'm not showing nothing from the story.
Right, it's just an image that is there, and
it's like you get to see action, Yeah, but you get nothing from the story. There's no spoiler.
Like a
There's
teaser.
no dialogue. There's no lettering. There's no nothing. Yeah.
And here, like I wanted to show you, is like here I don't even need to explain why he's still alive, right? In a way, because you see that all of them are vampires, right? And you in the story already established that he feeds off vampire. And here you have like the ace, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And here, by having the same ace on the freaking bar, you get that he's the bar owner. And you know, he's human. That's why he's staying alive.
Oh, so he doesn't kill humans?
He doesn't feed off of humans. He'll kill them for money. He's an assassin. He's not a vampire hunter. He's not nothing. He just feeds off vampires and supernatural creatures.
That's a neat twist.
He refuses to feed off humans.
And he's not a vampire.
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. I didn't realize you were saying that.
Wait, is this? Hold on, I'm getting confused with some of the stories I've heard. Is this the one with the sunlight vampires, or is this the different one? I've heard a few different ones that are. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think you were talking about, or you're thinking of Death Swarm.
Okay, Death Swarm. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. He's an assassin that gets turned into a vampire, but he gets turned by an ancient vampire. And in that world, there's supernatural creatures of all type and different type of vampires. But he's one of the ones that were like before mankind, so he's not the same as those that are there.
Awesome.
And you start by noticing it that they only have 2 fangs. He has 4.
Okay.
And when he feeds off a vampire, he gets memories, experience. You can learn things from them. And same thing for supernatural creatures, but not humans.
Well, that makes me feel good. I like the blade. I'm serious. I like that angle, the blade angle. They're definitely dead as dead can be there. See, at first I thought they were all humans, so when you said it, I got really confused, but I get it. Yeah. Freaking A, ripping these people apart.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like a lot of blood or anything? I see there's a little bit on the guy right there in the left corner.
Oh, it'll be a bloodbath.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to be adding blood. That's what I'm doing.
Cool. On the door, like there's some dripping already.
Yeah.
So the process, Flip, just so you know, is you take a piece of paper, you do your pencils, and you draw your shapes. You put the ink to it to establish your lines. Once you have your good lines, just like a coloring book, then you put your color, if you choose to do color.
It's even more complicated than that.
Well, no, just because he doesn't know anything about comics at all.
Right, Vinny?
Just because
it's even more complicated than that. There's one.
Oh,
there's storyboard. Then after that, it's followed by the layouts. Then the layouts is by the detailing. Then after the detailing, you go into editing mode.
Right.
Yeah.
Resize this, that. Then after that, you're doing to penciling, and then the inking, then the coloring, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
All right, Simon, we get it. You work very hard. We get
it. Everyone's process, it is a little bit different, but yeah, for the most part, like I'll storyboard out just a few pages at a time, and then I usually just jump straight into the pencils, and depending to like in the project. So like Through the Woods was mostly like I did everything in a sketchbook. I detailed out the panels and stuff. Then I scanned it in. Since I knew I wasn't going to be inking that book, I was going to go with a painterly kind of approach. So I kind of did my own, my own process, my own steps on that. But like I'm currently working on a pirate story, and that one had a mix of everything. So I did a few pages, like how I did Through the Woods, and then I have pages where I took out the big board and I just started drawing everything out. Inked it, scanned it in, and then painted on top because I wanted certain lines to come through. I wanted a certain look. So yeah, it all kind of varies from artist to artist, but yeah, essentially it's penciling, inking, coloring, lettering. You know, that's kind of like what Mike was trying to say is like the simplistic approach to it, but
right.
An artist process, yeah, it depends. You want to do your thumbnails. Some guys want to do that. Other guys bring it to like a Xerox machine since they like the thumbnails. They blow it up and they redraw it on, light boxes.
Per Mike's request, let's throw this ass up here again.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. course.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
Come on, man.
the
Come on.
process also varies by the job. Also, you know, if you have to draw a page in one day, you're gonna streamline the thing. You're gonna skip
Oh,
maybe
of
the
course.
pencil.
Well, yeah. There's all different things and different reasons why.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I'd venture to say if this is not part of your private collection, I'd like to see the private collection, please.
Yeah, well, this is actually going to be a variant cover to the graphic novel.
Yeah, that axe is glorious.
Thanks, man.
That is a nice axe.
I can show you some other pages, I guess. Should we show a little bit of the? Here's like the main character who's about to fight a bear.
Jesus.
Yeah. Lots of crazy detail, and again, that's why I didn't ink these in. I pretty much did my my painter style on this one because I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I want to do, like with texture to get certain things looking real. Like, I mean, I spent a lot of time making that look like real dirt. You know, the shadowing of the bear. He frames the page. You know, just to see how big he is. And,
that's a good idea. Make him, and you've got that bear there. That's a really cool picture, man. I mean, that's so underrated to say. I can't even say it right.
Thanks, brother.
Intense.
And essentially, like, I have this character. He drop kicks the bear in the face. He gets clawed. Like they really have a fight.
Hell yeah!
Feels like a boss fight.
Yeah, totally. Let me see. Yeah, and in this book too, I go into into sepia tones when I go because it takes place in present time and like 100 years in the past. Since this book is a ghost story, so like even on this one, like the page before was like the introduction of the character was seeing her new place because she inherited this property, so she's exploring some of it. So one of the rooms she goes in, there's like a detailed box. So I have like a cool kind of like carved in like a mountain scene, but because of the coloring, I use that to go straight into the sepia, to kind of show that we're 100 years in the past, and you see these loggers working, the one dude gets hit by lightning, but the big guy, he's got him.
Yeah, the sepia makes sense. It really does.
Yeah, it's cool. There's a part in this first issue where I go into sepia, and then I slowly, as you keep going through the pages, I start to put a little bit more color. So it's almost like the reader is so immersed that they're actually become like they're in the scene with the characters, So that's kind of the approach I went, even with the coloring to it. So it's almost like a movie director would do, like a Scorsese or something. If they're going to go into black and white and then, slowly go back into color, but still stay in that scene. It's like you're there instead of just a flashback.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I can always say about comics. Like when they first, there was this 1978 Spider-Man film that I don't even think he was Spider-Man himself dressed in the outfit was in there, but like for 10 minutes in different varying parts, and it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't do any comic book angles.
Right.
But they do that now, and I always thought it was the comic book artists giving the ideas for directors to have angles, because clearly.
Well, no, actually, I'll break in here because I was having a conversation with a furry creator today. Sad to say, boys, I know.
John Malin.
And the novel that he has prepared that he wants to see scripted into a trade or like a floppy format. Like I told him, I said, well, just give me what you have and I'll chop it to pieces because that's what it's going to take. And, like Gideon Sim will tell you that when I take his novel, in order for these guys to want to make a vision in a panel, which is what you call one of these squares on a comic book page, I have to take the most significant moments of the whole novel and allow my pencilers enough freedom to be able to take those sparks and make it flow in between the sparks. And that's what's going to pull the audience in, not the mundane bullshit and the detail in between, because if they want to get that background, they can get the novel. The jump out at you, want you to pick it up off the shelf and get to know the world and the characters is going to be the significant, impactful moments. And that's what these guys do. Right. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That scene with the big guy coming in the door there, that was intense. I'd pick that book up with this cover easily, but yeah, you're welcome. I feel like I can't say damn.
So we got to get the cheesecake in there.
Oh, God, yeah.
She's doing her research.
God damn.
That looks an awful lot like my research.
She's a good researcher, you know.
That's right. So,
yes, we know what your research is.
Tabs open as well.
How's that fan going on the computer?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I mean. So yeah, it's a cool thing, and yeah, we definitely want to be cinematic. That's our approach on almost everything. That's how you get really cool shit happening. I'll get to one of a pivotal fight scene. So here's another really cool.
And
shot.
here's a good segue into the subject of the day: why we need to freaking merge. See, cinematic. We are, even the comic book people were inspired by a movie.
I see. Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
That's
Like
something
every movie starts by being a comic.
Storyboarding after. Yeah. It's
you said that very well last week. With
Concept art, storyboards. Then there's the animatic. That's like the little animated version of the storyboard.
Right.
Or now it's called a layout and 3D animation that they do with the little block. Simple 2D models.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys. That was an absolute pleasure to see.
Oh yeah, man.
I like it.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I should probably get this wrapped up because I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks guys for coming out. I appreciate it very much. I mean, you're all always welcome back. And we'll try to trying to do this every Thursday with some different folks. But yeah, we'll definitely cycle you guys back if you're interested.
For sure.
Oh yeah,
of course.
And just so people know, City of Venus is very close now to 15,000. That's my current project on Indiegogo. That's the post-apocalyptic one with the really hot chicks. In case maybe I should have pulled up some of that artwork.
You do some research on that.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the link on hand, but if not, I can pull up an image as well.
I do not currently, but I can put the link in the description.
Yeah.
Here, I have the link right here. I'll just put it in the private chat so you can post it.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. Here's one of the images from it.
Which is Indiegogo. Boom.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you guys will definitely want that.
Yeah, it's less than 300 away from 15,000.
Yeah, and yeah, this one is it ships immediately as well. So yeah, like pretty much all my backers, minus the ones from today, they all have the book already. So yeah.
I see you've been working hard.
Of course. Look at all this detail.
Hard.
I can see you're looking hard too.
I am looking hard.
It's difficult to get the smoothness right, and then the texture around it.
I do like the texture that you have on there because it looks like very battered buildings, like they've been through hell.
Oh yeah. Well, the whole city, it's void of power and technology except for that floating city, and all the villains that kind of they run the world from there pretty much. So. But yeah, this one's it's a very cool book. Red has it. A lot of people do. Which I'm very thankful for. Again, the support's been really, really great on this, and yeah. So volume 2 is going to start. I'll start working on that later in 2020. But again, I have Through the Woods is going to be coming out first, then the Pirate one, and then I'm back on this project again for the second.
You guys get a lot of bad press for no reason. I've never, I can't, other than the collective and Phantom Menace community, I've never seen a community so willing to help one another.
Oh
it's
yeah,
blessing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why everything fits so well together, because it is a spirit of collaboration. It's sort of like two inventions of the same thing happen simultaneously in two different locations, and then they find each other. It's the most serendipitous thing that you can ever imagine, and that's what I mean when I say there's never been a community like this Indus Sphere that we've ever had before.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It really is unique that it's happened. And you know what? If we can take anything away from what's happened in comics and what's happened with just pop culture in general, you can always say we got this, and this is a great big gift. You know?
Oh, it really is. It really is.
And I just want to say, right, just when we have a lull, a friend of mine, Donnie, he's a killer crewman out there, one of the best. He's like 98% on a shot, and he'll know what I'm saying in World of Tanks. I hope he has a Merry Christmas. This is his personal puppet that he has since 1983 that he uses as his star on his tree every year. And he wanted to share this tonight. He didn't know I was going to make a meme out of it, but he doesn't know that he'll be on the internet tonight. And so that's Donnie's tree, and that's Donnie's Yoda. And everybody please say hi to Donnie. And thank you.
Merry Christmas. Merry
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Have
Christmas.
a baby. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Merry.
I'm just gonna keep going. You go ahead, man.
Nope, I was just gonna say Merry Christmas.
Preemptively. I was gonna say have a baby Yoda Christmas, but
actually, I got Darth Vader tree topper. So sorry, Yoda.
The old Yoda,
All right. Well, on that note, thank you everybody in the chat for coming. We appreciate each and every one of you. It's always a good time here. Thanks everybody on the panel for coming. Appreciate you as well. And I'll put everybody's links in the description. Go check them out.
And everybody, do your research.
Do your research. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
Hail, everyone.
Hail.